morning, crafty peeps. So today for our fourth Craftology box tutorial for November, using BoBunny Winter Wishes collection, I'm going to make a tag. So you could make this as an ornament for your Christmas tree, or you could use it as a gift tag, or you can just have it as a tag to send to a friend. Okay, so first of all, I have this Prima tag that was gifted to me. Actually, I got a whole like bag of them, so that was really awesome. I have been using them like crazy recently. So, anyway, let me give you the measurements of this tag. So, because you can make your own, really, truly. This one is 2 and looks like 5/8 by 5 1/4. Okay. Then I just took some of my scrap paper that I have from leftover for making my mitten, and I wanted to do a 1/8 inch border. So I basically did this one at 5 1/8. Let me make sure. Yeah, 5 1/4. Okay. So 5 1/8 by 2 1/2. And then I used my Prima distresser and I just distressed around the edges. And then I also inked it. I just kind of like distressed around there with, this is the antique linen. I'm going to go ahead and distress around this one too. Even though I already sprayed it with these perfect Pearls Mist, and that's why it's kind of bending here. And then I'm probably going to run it through my machine just to kind of flatten it out a little bit, which always helps. You could use your big kick or whatever, grand caliber, whatever kind of machine you have, to make it flat once again, if that's, making you nuts, which it's making me nuts. So then before I do that, I'm going to show you this. I have some, like it's kind of like a linen paper that is from a paper company here in Dallas. And it's not really linen, shall I say. It kind of has, see how it has like these little flecks in there. I don't know how to describe it, but it was listed as wedding cardstock. So I went ahead and used one of my new dies from Mona. Thank you so much, Mona. And I used a second one into the largest. So I really love that. And it was a Doris die. Which for some odd reason, I kind of misplaced it really quick. So that's crazy. I'm going to go ahead and distress around this too, just to even up that vanilla look is what I'm calling it. I'm not going to spray this one because I'm afraid that the glitter in the spray will prevent my ink from sticking really well when I stamp. So the stamp collection that I'm using is an old one. I got this from Tuesday Morning, as you can see. This one was from Hampton Art, and it was just this little snowman and then the stocking. So I took out the stocking and the season's greetings. Now also, this is new. This is the We Are Memory Keepers Precision Press for stamps. And sorry, you'll just have to forgive me. I just had like a little tissue in there just to, because I had tried inking earlier. I just wanted to make sure that it worked. What I like to do is try to guess where I'm going to line it up first. And down a little bit. And maybe over. And I'm just lining it up with the lines that they have here on the grid. I have to move it over again. So that looks about right. What I like to do is, in case I need to stamp twice, I'm going to take some old washi tape. And what I mean by old, like not the so good washi tape, it's new washi tape. It does not stick very well to this because this kind of has like a soft foamy background here, but you do want to kind of like get it down to the edge. It's just going to somewhat keep it in place. so that it doesn't move around, okay? Then the ink I'm going to use is the Stampability's acid-free ink pad dye. I like this better than their pigment ink. Not sure why, but the pigment ink does not spread as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all inked up in here really good. I'm going to lift it up to make sure I've got it good. In fact, I'm just going to, oops, pat, 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 pat around there. Clean up my little ink spot here. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure it's lined up and press down. Okay. I'm just kind of using my hand there. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. This is the first time I've really used it. So, and then I'm going to lift. And it looks pretty darn good to me. I don't feel like I need to add another layer on. If I did, this would be the perfect time to do that. So let's pray that I didn't move it around at all. I'm just going to add a little bit more in that middle there. And that's why I like to tape these down. Okay. Perfect. Now it looks perfect to me. So if you're going to use different inks, you could probably do that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and color this in. But first of all, I'm going to let this ink dry. And I'm going to try to speed up the process a little bit. Let me place this back down here because I'm not ready to clean that off yet, because I'm probably going to be using this several times because I'm going to be making these to give away. So I'm going to get out my heat gun and cook it up a little bit. Make sure that ink is dry. I can flip it over and again, turn it over just to make sure. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move this out of the way because now I'm going to be getting messy, okay? I'm going to get out my art glitter glue from Tamara's store and I'm going to line this up on here. Now, what I like to do is when I got my little piece of paper first, to make sure I get this cut right, I like to line it up in the back, and then I try to make sure that the sides are even. And when I'm ready for the sides to be even, then I flip it over, take my scissors and snip. And then that leaves me that perfect cut right here where it's not cray-cray. And it lines up with the tag. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise you could spend days trying to guess. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on here first because I'm actually going to run this through my ebosser to flatten it out once I have this on here. Now, if you want to make this like a Christmas ornament, you could probably take another tag and then glue that together, and then obviously it would be double backed, so it would be pretty sturdy for an ornament. I'm going to get my bone folder and just kind of make sure everything's glued in place. And if it's not now, it definitely will be when I put it through the ebosser. That's for sure. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got some colored pencils. These are Prisma. I know that Tamara has Suprema pencils in her store. I believe she still does. I'm going to also grab my little card here. Another thing I have here is it's called Gamblin' Gamsol that you can find in the art section at Hobby Lobby. It's $7.99. It's probably more than that now. I got this last year. And then I'm using a little Q-tip. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to basically start coloring it in. And let me zoom in here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I will kind of fast forward through this. I just basically use darks and lights, and then whatever colors I'm going to shade this stocking in with. And I'm going to try to stick to the same similar colors to the collection, I think. Well, I'm going to try to anyway. I'm going to see what I've got in here. But probably some grays. Maybe some blues. Anyway, I will try to figure that out as I'm going along here. Maybe some pinks. So here's another gray. All right, and then greens obviously for the holly. So that's all I basically do is I kind of start doing the outside with my darkest color. For my shading. And then I'll come in the middle here with a lighter color, and I'm just kind of filling that in. And then I'm going to fill in my little stars here. Actually, this color is probably going to do. This one is cream. So I'm going to do a little bit of yellow, just a little dab. And then the rest I'm going to use this cream color to tone it down. Then I'm going to come in here and I need to do my holly here with the berries. And again, this color is called Crimson Lane, but you can use whatever color you want. This one is called Magenta. And again, I'm kind of just going on top of what I just colored in. I don't know if you can really see that. Okay, and then for my stocking, this is going to be a tricky one because there's lots of little lines. I think I'm going to do a lighter gray down here. And I'm not even going to fill it all the way in because that Gamsol stuff is going to basically blend for me. So I really don't even have to do too much. And then I'm going to take that cream, do the cream here. Let me see if I can find any lighter colors in here. Yeah, I just really don't have a whole lot of seems like I have a lot of colors, but I really don't. I use this, this one's called, I can't even read it, Pale Cold Gray. And then I'll do that pink again. And then I'll do the cream. for every other one. You know what? I think I'm going to do pink right there. Let me just cover that up. Then I'll do the cream again. And then I'll do that darker gray. And then I think I'm going to do the cream. And then the pink for the circles, for the dots. And then I'll do this lighter gray. Well, it really looks darker to me, but. And then the lightest one for that. Now, the Gamsol is pretty tricky. Let me do this little button in the dark. There too. Okay. So the Gamsol is pretty tricky. I just do I do it really lightly. I just stick it in there, get out a towel, and basically try to get the excess off, but also kind of spinning it into a point, okay? And then I just start rubbing it around, which this little point stinks. These are those cheap Dollar Tree ones. They're better with a point, and I couldn't find my pointed ones. So, and I just kind of try to stay in the lines. Like I said, it's going to be hard with this one because this one is not very fine. So I'm trying to pull some of this off, and it's not wanting to come off. Ah. Okay. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. But I don't use markers, okay? And to me, this kind of has that, the Gamsol helps it have that little marker feel to it. And I'm going to do all the pink, and I might have to shade this in a little bit more. You know, you can always go back and add in more if needed. And then I'm going to take some off of this side. Now I took too much off. Great. Okay, I tell you what, this is really working out for me today. Okay. Then I'm going to do the white. Or the cream color, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and do that silver. As you can see, I'm just kind of going in a circular motion. And going back over whatever needs to be filled in a little bit more. And then I'm going to get another one because I'm going to go to my stars and fill those in. Excuse my phone going berserko. And then I'm going to get my leaves. And now my berries. And basically I'm just kind of like dotting those. And I might just fill these in a little bit more, my dots, because I see it kind of fading. And now I think it's looking really cute. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in on that. Well, not really zoom in, I'll bring it up closer to you. So now I think it's looking really pretty. You could add your stickles at this point if you want to do stickles or any kind of embossing. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Let me just clean up this real quick. Okay, so now I have my tag ready to go. I'm going to get out my We Are Memories Keeper punch. I'm going to go ahead and repunch that hole for the tag. Okay. And if you want to do an eyelet now, you could do that at this point. And you know what? I'm thinking I will do a little something around this edging right here. I can't decide on whether I want to do stickles or snow. I think I might do the snow. Let me just grab a piece of paper that I can glitter here. And this is kind of like a repeat, so I will fast forward through this, but this is just a repeat of what I did in my last ornament. And just remember, where you don't have a lot of glue, that snow will not stick to it. So just make sure you get your glue. I'm going to get my tweezers so I can move this. And this glue dries pretty fast, so you're going to have to kind of work a little fast. And get my snow. I'm almost out of this. I'm just going to have to pick it up and quickly move around here to get the rest of my tag. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side for a moment. I'm going to clean this mess up. And then I'm actually going to get some finer iridescent glitter to fill in the empty spots where the glue is. I mean, you can still see the glue over the snowflakes. So I'm going to get this iridescent glitter. Whoops, I'm going to try to do this. If it's not going to, oh, there we go. So then I'm just going to heavily cover over that. And this one, I've used this many times. This is just Treehouse Extra Fine Glitter from Hobby Lobby. Just dump off the excess. And I like to save my piece so then I can just reuse it to glitter on there. Don't forget to cover up your glue. I'm going to set that aside to dry. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make my ribbon for my tag. I'm going to move that out of the way. And my tag. Clean up my little mess here. Okay. I have a Zutter Bow-It-All, which I love. I got this for my birthday. And I'm going to get out my seam binding ribbon. And I'm going to stick with the gray theme. And I'm going to go ahead and just grab a bunch of it. And I'm going to, try to crumple it up in my hands here. Yeah, I'm going to need more. Now this all depends on you. You can make it like a regular bow if you want to. And I just love how it like easily crinkles in your own hand. You don't even have to wet it. I'm going to leave a small tail. And then I'm going to take this, and I know it's kind of crazy. Let me make a little bit more here. Because I'm going to wrap it around several times. And I'm going to snip it. Okay, so let me start over again. So I'm going to take it here and I'm going to have my tail about this long. And then I'm going to go ahead and just wrap it around. Wrap it around. You know, I'm not even sure that's wide enough to me. Let me do it one more. And I'm trying to keep it flat. I'm not letting it get twisted. Ooh, did you hear that thunder? Woo! We got some thunderstorms going on here in Texas. But what else is new? Okay. I just want to make sure that my tail is on the opposite side. So it's going to be a little bit longer. I'm okay with that. I'm going to cross it over one more time. I got to center my bow here. Cross it over one more time and then tie. You can do your little knot or however you want to do it. And I'm even going to go ahead and spread it out. I was going to try to. Yeah. This is not wanting to do, huh? I don't even know how many times I went around it, but it was several times. That's all I can say. I've got my glue gun plugged in. I'm going to move this out of the way. Get out my tag. This should be pretty dry. I just take like a dry brush and I go ahead and kind of wipe off that excess glitter. now to clean up my little area. I'm almost debating on whether I should do some glossy accents on here. Still, I see the glitter. Here we go. I'm going to use some pop dots to give it a layering effect. Okay, I had some and I just put them in here too. Where did they go? There they are. Whew, sorry about that. I don't know why I'm so discombobulated all the time. Y'all must be tired of that. Okay, let me flip this over. I gotta get out my tweezers, wherever the heck those went. Oh, here we go. More thunderstorms. Let me tell you. Here they are. Goodness, I'll have to fast forward through a lot of this junk. So if I did, and you didn't hear what I just did, then we're probably better off. I hope that it does not rain for election day tomorrow, because that'll bite. Let me just stop it and I'll fast forward through this part. Okay, so now I'm just going to get my tweezers and I'm going to go ahead and center this up. And you can apply some of the art glitter glue on the back, and that way you have a little bit of, how shall I say, moving room, which always is great. And then you can get out your flowers. Where did mine go, George? Where did they go? Ah! Let me find that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try to finish this up real quick because we got some pretty bad storms and I'm afraid that this may get a little cray-cray. So I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun here. I'm actually going to apply mine right over the hole. I'm going to go ahead and even up my tail. I think it's looking pretty good. And then I did find my flowers. I'm delirious. Okay, here they are. So my poinsettia, so you have some options. You could put your poinsettia up here, which I really like that. And I think I may just do that. Let me get a little silver. I think I'm going to get some bells. I just got these from the Make It Merry at Hobby Lobby, and they're like these. They have some really tiny ones in here. So I might be able to do just one bell. Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty. Okay. I'm going to look for my stickles. Where did they go? Oh my goodness. I am just a hot mess today. How am I so unorganized? Okay, we will go ahead and I know what I'll do. Since I cannot find my stickles, I'm going to create my own glitter, and I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm just going to rub this on here real fast. Get this out and glitter right on top here with my extra fine glitter here. Actually, I'm sorry, this one's the wrong one. This is iridescent. I don't know what I'm talking about today. Okay. Then I'm going to get my glue gun, make a little dot in the center. And I think it's going to come out so cute. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue it right there on the back. I love this glue gun because it does not string as much and I lose very little glue in general. And I think I have a little cut out of a snowflake, or at least I thought I did somewhere. I may have to fussy cut another one. Let me look under all my hot mess. All right, I'll be back again. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I did a couple things off screen. So first of all, I decided that I wanted to cut off the tails, and I went ahead and just glued the tail back here and on this side because I felt like it looked scraggly just all by itself. I went ahead and cut out a snowflake from the tags, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply a pearl. And I'm going to try to find one that's approximately the size of this one. And I'm going to go ahead, and even though it has a sticker on here, I'm going to let me see, I think that was the same size. I'm delirious. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use a dot of my glue. I just don't trust it. I don't trust the sticker stuff from Michael's or any other company. I always like to use glue underneath. So, all you gotta do is clear off your little glue strings if you have any. And that is it for the tag. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at blackbirdfarmsboutique@gmail.com. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful and fabulous day. Bye, y'all.